First and foremost, thank you all for coming here today to the La Junta Intermediate School Veterans Ceremony, 11 November 2025. So thank you all for coming. So if there is a veteran sitting on the bleachers, when your flag comes out to be posted in the stand, please stand when your branch comes out. Christian?
United States Air Force. Off we go into the wide blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here we come, zooming to meet our thunder, as our boys give it a gun. Down we dive, starting our flame from under, up with one and a roar. We live in flame, we'll go down in flame, ain't nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force. United States Coast Guard. We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in thee. Through surf and storm and howling gale, I shall our purpose be. Stand firm where excellence our guide. Our fame, our glory too. To fight, to
Thank you very much, Kristen. That sounded fantastic. Thank you. At this time, if you are able, would you please stand at this time? Everyone, if you are able. So we are going to have the American Legion Post 9 post the colors.
Left face hook. Present arms hook. Reverse hook. Left face hook. Forward march.
Now we're going to have the students come up and lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we're going to have Kristen and the choir take us into the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the walls were singing there. It proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Go ahead and please take your seats. And let's give another round of applause to Kristen and the choir. I apologize for the feedback. I'm not sure quite what's going on there. So my name is Mike Pryor. I'm part of the American Legion Post 9 here in Mahon, Colorado. And today, with me to my left is some phenomenal men and women that have served our great nation. So I'd like to ask all of them to please stand. This is American Legion Post 9 members. Not all of them, but just some. Go ahead and please stand. right, go ahead and take your seat. If you are a veteran in the bleachers, please stand. Thank you, veterans, for coming, and all the family and personnel that are here to support this great event. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our Lahana Chamber of Commerce president. So let's give her a warm welcome, Christina Tozzi.
Good afternoon, everybody. Such a warm welcome, thank you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christina Tozzi, and I'm the president of the Lahana Chamber of Commerce. And I'm very proud that every year we get to put on this event with the Lahana Intermediate School and celebrate all of the veterans here in our community. I'd like to welcome some of our dignitaries and elected officials who are here with us today. Otero County Commissioner Tim Nabishu, School Board Member Cameron Salzbrenner, and our city manager, who is also a veteran, Michael Hart. I'd like to extend my deepest gratitude to our honored guests, our veterans. Today we gather because of you, to recognize your service, your courage, and your sacrifice for our nation. Thank you for all you've done and for the example you continue to set for all of us. I'd also like to take a moment to thank the Lahana Intermediate School Student Council for your hard work in helping organize this event. Your dedication and leadership make a difference. And I know our veterans appreciate the efforts you put into making today so special. So thank you. Lastly, a heartfelt thank you to Ms. Claudia Apodaca and her staff here at Lahana Intermediate School and Ms. Linda Fine. Your continued partnership in hosting the ceremony each year is truly, truly appreciated. The way you open your doors and your hearts to honor our veterans truly represents what community is all about. Today is Veterans Day, a day when we pause to honor the men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces. These are the people who raised their hand and made a promise to defend our nation, protect our freedoms, and uphold the values that define us as Americans. When we think about veterans, we often picture parades, flags, and ceremonies much like this one. But honoring our veterans goes far beyond just today. It's about how we live every single day. We honor our veterans by the choices we make, the respect we show, and the way we serve others. Our veterans have shown us that what it means to live with honor, integrity, courage, and respect. They've demonstrated teamwork, selflessness, and love of country. And even after their military service ends, many continue to give back as community leaders, mentors, first responders, and volunteers. So how can we, as students, teachers, community members, carry on that spirit? We do it by serving right here where we are. We honor our veterans through community service, by helping a neighbor, volunteering, or lending a hand when someone needs it. We honor them by upholding strong values, being honest, doing what's right even when no one is looking, and taking pride in our work. And we honor them by showing respect to our parents, teachers, classmates, and neighbors, and to the men and women who serve our nation. In a world where things can sometimes feel really divided, these simple acts of service, integrity, and respect bring us together. They remind us that we are one community, stronger when we work together, look out for each other, and better when we lead with kindness. Our veterans protected the freedom that allows us to learn, to dream, and to make a difference. The best way we can thank them is by living in a way that honors their sacrifice, by being good citizens and being good people. So today, as we say thank you to our veterans, let's also make a promise that we'll live our lives with purpose, pride, and gratitude. Let's be the generation that continues their legacy through service, values, and respect. To our veterans, thank you for your courage, your dedication, and your example. And to all of you students, remember, you don't have to wear a uniform to make a difference. You can honor our veterans every day simply by how you treat others and how you serve your community. If you remember one thing from today, let it be this. Freedom is protected by the bravery of others, but it's strengthened by the kindness, respect, and service we show each other every day. Happy Veterans Day, and thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you again, Christina. So at this time, I'm going to bring up a man that's very well known in the community. He's a longtime Air Force veteran. I think he worked at the Hunting Trading Company for many years. He's been a stellar member of the American Legion Post 9 for many years as well. So let's help me give Mr. Ron Tomlin a big round of applause.
Good afternoon. I can't hear you. As he said, I am Ron Tomlin. Been in the American Legion Post now for 9 years or so. I've enjoyed it. But today I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it feels like to be a veteran. The first thing is, what is a veteran? Do y'all know? What does it mean? Okay. What it means is anyone that has served in the armed forces of the United States for any amount of time, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force. Space Force is new. A lot of you know veterans in your family, and they are
going to call up your school student, where is she? Oh my goodness. Your student council advisor, Linda Fife. Give her a round.
Good afternoon. My name is Linda Fife, and I'm your Wahana Intermediate Student Council Advisor. For several years now, we've been doing the Veterans Day Poetry Contest. We do this because we want to educate our students about what a veteran is. This is our way to involve our students and help them understand the importance of our veterans and the meaning behind Veterans Day. Our students have the option to dedicate a poem to a veteran they know personally or to any veteran. I'm going to hand it over to Layla Berg. She's going to tell you who our first place winners are.
Third grade winner is Reagan Smith with Our Heroes. Our heroes, thank you all for all you've done. You left your families for us. Although we never met, we are in your debt. Today we celebrate you and your courage and remind you you're in our heart for life. Because you are our heroes, today we shout and scream hooray, hooray, it's Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. Our fourth grade winner is Sadie Goldsberry. What a brave person. A veteran is brave and bold, a story of courage waiting to be told. Thank you for your job, your service, and might, for keeping us safe day and night. We honor you today, we honor you always, for your job, your strength and courage, and all your bravery days. Thank you. Our fifth place winner is Robbie Penrod. Dear veteran. Dear veterans, thank you veterans for helping us all. Thank you veterans for standing up tall. You have never let us fall. Your service for your country has done us great. We thank you. We are very thankful for you protecting our country. You may feel that your bravery goes unnoticed, but to me it shines so very bright. Thank you, dear veterans, for being so brave and keeping our country safe. Our sixth grade winner is Janie Lindsay Mora, appreciation to veterans. Appreciation to veterans. Dear veterans, you went into these risky fights not knowing what's to come, but you finished them nice and strong. You had and have a heart for people awaiting to be saved, and rescued them in your pay. Trying to make the best of every situation, you gave the people a safe invitation. Hearing the good news, everybody jumped to cheer. Now it is such an honor seeing you walk through here. You veterans didn't have to, but you chose to go in there, and without your help, our whole country would be in despair. This is why we still put up the flag today, to show what victories have been made.
Ladies and gentlemen, wasn't that just awesome? We do another round. Takes a little better than that right there, I'll tell you. So the next thing we're going to do, as you know, the school has what we call a color guard. So these young kids, every day, they handle the American flag the way it's supposed to be handled. They raise the flag, they lower the flag. So for veterans, that's showing great Americanism and much pride to our national colors. So at this time, you all know Mr. Tom. So I'm going to have Mr. Tom stand up. I'm going to call these kids up, and we have a very nice American Legion certificate for them. We have an American flag pin that lights up. And we have a nice little envelope in there as well to say thank you for taking care of our sacred symbol, which is our American flag. So if I could get you to line up. And the first one is Benjamin Montoya, Evelyn Martinez, Natasha Fife, Kennedy Minor, Kinley Minor, Pryor Donnell, Henry Gingrich, Chris Sanchez, Mikey Fife, Jenny Lynn Zamora, and Lucy Sanchez. Come right up, shake his hand, accept your phone, please. There's an envelope in these folders. Yeah, let's get him around, please. Thank you. So next, I'm going to call up another chamber member, and she wears many hats. She's even part of our Unit 9 auxiliary. Come on up, Roberta.
Good afternoon one more time. Thank you to each of you for your participation and your presence today. So we thank you today for being here for the ceremony to support our nation's heroes. We are deeply, deeply appreciative of each and every one of you. Thank you for what you bring to each of our lives, and I'm very touched because I get to serve with you on many different things. So may I extend our gratitude as well as to everyone who submitted a nomination. It is an honor and a privilege to share with you about our 2025 Veteran Honoree. But please know that it is not an easy task to select just one recipient. As so many of you are deserving veterans that embody the true spirit of service and sacrifice. So we thank you. Thank you to each and every one of our veterans here today. We thank you for your courage, your sacrifice, and your dedication to our country. We honor, we respect you, and we support you. We thank you for our safeguards and the freedoms that we so very dearly treasure. You have our enduring gratitude, not only today, but always. And so may I share with you today about our honoree. We are proud to honor Mr. Daniel Davis, a remarkable veteran, a dedicated leader, one of service to his country and the community that he continues to make a lasting impact. Dan served in the United States Army from 1969 to 1972, and his commitment to his fellow veterans and to the value of duty, honor, and service has never wavered. Dan has served in numerous leadership roles with the American Legion Post 9, including Post Commander, member of the Post Finance Committee, and a representative to both the Department of the Colorado's Oratorical Committee and the Bylaws and Constitution Committee. His thoughtful guidance has strengthened the Legion's mission and ensured that veterans' voices are heard across the entire state. Beyond his work with the Legion, Dan also served on the Department of Veterans Affairs Rural Healthcare Outreach Advisory Committee in helping to improve the access and care for veterans in rural Colorado. His service to community extends far beyond those organizational walls, as Dan has also faithfully served for years as an election judge in Otero County. And he continues to support the American Legion Riders with their fundraising efforts. And perhaps most notably, Dan established the first Veterans Medical Ride Program here in Otero County. This is a vital service ensuring veterans can access the care they deserve. Through his leadership, we received the first Colorado Division of Veteran Affairs Trust Fund grant. And this is a program that continues to provide essential assistance to veterans and surviving spouses here in our communities of Otero, Crowley, and Bent counties. Dan exemplifies what it means to live a life of service. His dedication to fellow veterans and the communities they call home reminds us that the spirit of service does not end when the uniform comes off. Rather, it lives through the acts of compassion, selflessness, leadership, and integrity. So may I ask you to join me in honoring Mr. Dan Davis, a true leader and the 2025 Veteran Day honoree.
We have someone please dim the lights. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you remain seated, yet silent, as we pause to recognize our POWs and MIAs. I call your attention to the small table, which occupies a place of dignity and honored. It is set for one, symbolizing the fact that members of our armed forces are missing from our ranks. They are referred to as POWs and MIAs. We call them comrades. They are unable to be with us and their loved ones and families. So we join to pay humble tribute to them and to bear witness to their continued absence. The table is small, symbolizing the frailty of one president alone against his or her suppressors. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. The single rose in the vase signifies the blood they may have shed and sacrificed to ensure the freedom of our beloved United States of America. The rose also reminds us of many family and friends of our missing comrades who keep faith while awaiting their return. The red ribbon on the vase represents an unyielding determination for a proper accounting of our comrades who are not among us. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of the bitter fate. The salt sprinkled on the plate reminds us of the countless fallen tears of families as they wait. The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us at this time. The chair is empty. They are not here. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope, which lives in our hearts and illuminate their way home, away from the captors, to the open arms of a grateful nation. The American flag reminds us that many of them may never return and have made the supreme sacrifice to ensure our freedom. Let us pray to the Supreme Commander that all of our comrades will soon be back within our ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifice. May God forever watch over them and protect them and their families. Could we please turn the lights back on? Thank you. If you would please, we're all going to rise, and Kristen and the choir are going to play taps, and then we're going to retrieve the colors. This concludes today's Veterans Day ceremony. Thank you for attending today's ceremony. May you leave here today with a greater love and appreciation of our military who continually serve this country and all those that support them. God bless you and God bless America.
Our Veterans Day broadcast sponsor, Colorado Bank and Trust, bringing you our coverage for the 2025 Veterans Day ceremony here at La Junta Intermediate School. For our veterans and the people of Southeast Colorado, with your Southeast Colorado news, I'm Adrian Hart.